Well, luckily, Charles, the camera scene isn't on yet, so you have time to replay it.
I turn it on and off, and it works.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Morning Coins with John and Chaz. After a week hiatus, we are back and better than ever. In the description today, if you're watching live, we love you. Please upvote if you feel so inclined. Leave us some comments in the chat, and we will bring those in live. If you are so inclined as well, if you scroll to the bottom, our slides for today are always available. You can check those out at the link. Make sure that you follow CRollo3 and myself on STEEM. And at the bottom, if you want to come in live and say hi to us or call in live, then you can do that as well. So let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. And as you guys can see up there, special thanks to DLive 24 Hour for being promotional sponsors and good stewards of our work. Got a couple folks watching. If you guys want to come in or call in and chat with us, you can do that as well. Just use that number at the top. The link to join live via cam. You'll mess up my little TV overlay here, which is fine with me. I don't really care about that. Is in the description, so you can scroll down and join in live. So I got my buddy CRollo3, aka Chaz, aka Mr. Genesee County, Michigan.
Genesee County, we're alive and well here, enjoying the sunshine and birds tweeting and looking out at the river. But we have a good show today. We got interesting things going on in this cryptocurrency market.
Good deal. Let me go ahead and get the slides up there. I'm going to get our disclaimer slide first, just so everyone knows that we are not giving you guys financial advice here. This is a fun crypto talk show, and our mission every week is to bring to you news and events that we care about in the crypto sphere, but also making sure that each episode we're highlighting a particular coin or token that is available. If you want or are a proprietor or are a developer and want to have a specific coin featured on Morning Coins, all you need to do is contact us, and we will work through that process of getting you on live and coming on and being part of the show. So let's go ahead, Chaz, and have you read through the disclaimer.
Excellent. Cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks, and options trading involves substantial risk of loss and are not suitable for every investor. The valuation of cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks, and options may fluctuate, and as a result, clients may lose more than their original investment. All investments discussed on this show are for informational purposes only and are not recommendations to buy or sell.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we're just trying to get the word out there so people can be more informed.
That's all. That's what it's all about. So you guys see the links for today. We'll go through a lot of these. The war on crypto is a little bit longer of a link, so we will touch on that, but you'll definitely want to make sure you read that. That was from last year, but it's a pretty good article talking about centralized banks and tactics and things like that that they'll go through to discredit what's going on here in the crypto sphere. So you definitely want to make sure you check that out. We'll talk about CoinJoin as it relates to this conversation, and today we're going to be focusing on Dash.
Yeah,
digital cash.
Digital cash, and of course, Dash is, as we'll see here, has gone through some changes, name-wise, right? So they have evolved. They've been through a growing process.
Okay.
So if you see, looking at this slide here, this is on January 18th, 2014, Xcoin. Trading code XCO was released by February of 28th. At that same year, the name of Xcoin was changed to Darkcoin. Darkcoin was once again transformed on March 25th the next year to Dash, and Dash is named so because it is made by combining two words, digital and cash.
Oh, there we go.
So I think maybe some people had some marketing things that they were trying to work out, like Xcoin means no coin, Darkcoin doesn't sound too hot, so they went through these changes. But I think what we're going to find as we go along here that they actually had a pretty good pretty good platform that they're working on.
Good. And it looks like they're highlighting, you know, with using Xcoin or Darkcoin, you could tell that they're, well, like, because they have Bitcoin Dark or whatever, you know that they're highlighting that one of their key features is privacy.
Yes. Yeah. And it's interesting to see the different approaches that these let's say blockchain platforms use, their protocols.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I didn't know, as I found out, is that Bitcoin, their privacy protocol can be backtracked, and you can find out, because they can find out who actually did the transaction by backtracking through the transactions.
Aha, gotcha.
So, yeah, and so I thought that surprised me. And the other thing was that they use third-party CoinJoin, is what we were talking about earlier before we started. They use third-party people to do that privacy thing, to do the mix.
Right.
So what they do is they group transactions together to try to sort of muddle the picture and then send them off in a group, so it's hard to track.
Yeah, I gotcha. And you right. It is still an immutable public ledger, and so you can find it. And yeah, that is why these more privacy-based tokens and coins have been created. Patrick's watching. Thank you for your upvote, sir. No, we're not going to make you a millionaire. We're hoping that there are actually some people out in the DLive and STEEM community that are going to make us millionaires. But yes, we want to feature STEEM, but I want to feature STEEM like I want to have a panel discussion and have some ideas, and like I want to have like the best of the best, have some people from DLive come on, and like I want to have STEEM be represented by the Steemians of the Steemians of the Steemians, and maybe people like yourself would like to come on, who I would assume are Steemians of the Steemians of the Steemians. But yeah, we want to feature STEEM once we're getting going. We like to pick ones that, not that are less well known, but just ones that we want to know about for right now, and build out bigger broadcasts for other well-known coins. But yeah, and STEEM, so I thought about it last night. I said it last night on our Steaming Pile program, is that there was a Asian company that ranks STEEM in their top 5 of blockchain coins because of their use case and their concepts and how they're using it, how people are utilizing it as a content promotion blockchain. So, well,
you know, what we're seeing now in the blockchain is that unlike, let's say, that tube company that we post videos on occasionally,
I post the recorded DLive broadcast to that company.
Yeah, but what do you get out of it? I mean, they're narrowing they're narrowing their ability to pay out people and say you have to have these criteria,
right?
And you on STEAM and you know, you get paid based on how people like your material, and they upvote you, and you can make money, and you don't depend on some central company to make a marketing decision that, well, you know what, you're not good.
And you don't have to have 10,000 followers in order for them to push out something that you send. But we're doing the same amount of work that we would anyway. We're pushing it out to our contacts and inviting people to come on, and so we're always appreciative when they are. Now, Patrick said in here, he said you can do the same thing by Dash by tracing the IP address of those who submitted the text to the network.
Interesting. That was never mentioned in any of my research, that it could be backtracked.
Gotcha.
Well, Patrick, how about Monero? Yeah, you got any comments on Monero?
He will. He will. We'll give him a second.
Yeah, give him a second there.
He's probably chiming in from work. No, yeah. I don't know. I would assume Patrick works. Maybe he just works. Maybe he doesn't have to. Maybe he has enough steam power that he's able to power his home with it.
An independently wealthy gentleman, which is fine with me.
Absolutely. All right, let's go back to our slides.
Okay, so
I'm really telling myself that more than anything.
The built-in coin mixing privacy. So where we have Bitcoin, it has the third parties working on there, and CoinJoin trying to structure that so it can be non-traceable, but it ends up being traceable. And as Patrick told us, he says this could be traceable too. That'll be an interesting follow-up for us on the next show, because I'll look further into that. Dash miners on this thing are responsible for creating new blocks and securing the blockchain. So there's a two-tier structure. They have the miners, and then they have the master nodes.
Okay.
And the master nodes are responsible for securing transactions. And one transaction is sent to a master node, and that master node sends a transaction to another one, which further obscures the transaction. And that's what I understood. So Patrick has got some other information that can be traced back.
Yeah, he said essentially what you would do is trace the transaction from when it was sent to be mixed. If you know the transaction IP before it's mixed, you can trace any. Okay. So says later IP address, it sends the TX to the same IP, and then you know who owns that later address balance.
That's great information, because I didn't know that.
And shout out to Barza, who just upvoted 100%. Thank you. We appreciate it. You guys can call in if you want. Go ahead, Charles. Are you going to say more about the two-tier structure?
Just one more comment on it is that I think it's interesting. And if you can know the information in advance, I guess you're going to be able to trace it. But going through two master nodes and obscuring that, I think after the fact you can't trace it back, I think. But if you know the information in the beginning, so I don't know how would that. You would have to have some kind of access to the node that's sending the Dash coin. So, and anyway, thank you, Patrick. I really appreciate it.
And he said there are ways to stop it. There are ways that you can obfuscate that by sending your transaction through a torrent or through other ways of hiding your transmission.
Well, it's good to know, because
I think that's what TOR is. If it's not, sorry, Patrick.
Yeah, so this is good to know, because if someone chooses Dash as their form of crypto cash, they need to know this so that they can have it. So thanks again, Patrick. Appreciate it.
And this stuff, and that's why we do this show too, is more so like we're not presenting ourselves, and I don't think we ever have, as subject matter experts on these coins or tokens. We're offering it as a fun show for learning, and then we learn just as much. So I definitely appreciate that discussion. So what do we have next here? Oh, here we go. Hopefully we're gonna see a Steam it post from you on this project.
Yes, I am. We're going to do that. I just need to get it all together so that I can make a proper post on it. But what I am proposing and what I plan to do is, this is called the 8MP project, meaning 8 megapixels for the community. And it's designed to get our community artists, people who are not professionals but want to make a movie.
Okay.
Using their smartphones or their multi-purpose cameras, like the small 8MP cameras, and make a movie and put it in competition, and then get a prize for doing that. Maybe a nicer camera.
And is this in Michigan, or is this a national, or?
Well, I had some discussions with the cameraman, and he said that he wants to take it national.
I see. All right. Well, I definitely think that Cleveland, Cuyahoga County, GWN-NBC would be interested in promoting that project, and I also think that the Steaming Pile would like to promote it and see if we can do a collaborative project on either DLive or Steam it. And what my thoughts around that is, I would just try to engage a group to come in and be like a design team for the movie, and we all kind of co-create it and do it together.
Yeah, I have a script I've written for a pilot movie to get people interested and show them what they can do with cameras that are not very expensive or very professional. So the movie is called 19 South, and 19 South is a wing of the Bellevue Hospital where they take mentally ill people for treatment.
Okay.
And it's going to be based on the movie's based on a schizophrenic person, and we try to get inside their head and show what their world is like, trying to get to the store and just do a simple thing like buy some food and get back home, and all the obstacles that happen. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
it'll be a short one. It's only 16 minutes or 15 minutes long. So,
Okay.
I think
I think that's really cool, and I think we should look into broadcasting that on here and seeing how it goes.
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing some crowdfunding, and hopefully STEEM can help us with that.
Well, now on DLive, you can submit requests and people can gift. So we'll figure out ways to engage those communities, so that they are part of the process and really feel that it's valuable for them as well.
Yeah, and this project may be the springboard for people that are very talented and just have not moved into that creative mode yet. And we want them to be able to expand on their talent and be creative, and maybe that's their new career, is movie making.
Nice. I know we're doing a workshop here in Cleveland. One of the guys that I've worked with, he's produced at least over a handful of films, short and long, and he's doing a presentation at our co-working space on how to not make a movie, and it's kind of the trials and tribulations of being an independent filmmaker.
Wow,
and
that sounds
starting
great.
that process. So shout out to them. We'll have more on that coming up next week. So all right, so now we have the Dash video overview.
Yeah, can you put that up?
I think.
Okay.
Someone didn't make it an interactive link, so I have to.
That was my producer, Jakey.
Oh yeah, you're blaming your cat?
Yeah, he's looking out the window right now, so he's very uninterested.
Way to go, Jake, you lazy ass.
Yeah, he didn't listen to a word you said.
Well, let's see if we can bring it up. Hopefully we can get the audio too.
If you're watching this, you're probably wondering, what is Dash? Or maybe even, what is digital currency? Well, Dash is digital cash. Money exchanged on a highly secure, open-source, peer-to-peer network, much like Bitcoin. But unlike Bitcoin, it's really the first form of digital cash that works just like physical cash. Your money isn't held in a central banking organization. Instead, you hold your money in a safe and easy way, maintaining full control.
Sweet.
This means that you have total privacy when it comes to your purchases. Your transactions can't be tracked by any organization or curious third parties. Instead, your information is private. Another great benefit is that transactions can occur instantaneously. There's no wait or lag.
Don't tell people
Money
that.
changes hands right away, just like handing over physical cash when making a purchase. And because Dash is truly fungible, it's the first real working form of true digital cash. That means Dash really is private, instantaneous, and secure. With Dash, fees are extremely low or completely non-existent.
All right.
No bank is sitting in the middle of everything and charging you to hold or use your money.
Take that.
Instead,
banks.
you've got the power. Anyone can use Dash anywhere in the world at any time. Just download the wallet for free and get started. You can buy or sell goods and services, contribute to projects or charities, send money to family and friends, and more. All without boundaries. And this is just the beginning. Dash is digital cash. To learn more on how Dash is building the future of money, visit us online at www.dash.org.
Sweet. That's cool. So, and Patrick said he loves how they add the word "sweet" as in that graphic video when they're talking about it. So,
yeah,
it's funny.
In this video, we will be going over the basic features of Dash.
See?
There we go. And then I would be remiss if I didn't mention my boy, Ben Swan. Dash is a huge promoter of his show, Ben Swan, Truth in Media. I think he's a good journalist. Like he does want to do long form kind of story journalism, and he just puts out good stories. And so I'm glad that Dash has kind of got behind him and is pushing his content out there. So I just wanted to mention them. So, and you can see again, and you'll see in the, I think it's the next slide or the next couple, where they have a good marketplace. So they're doing things, they're becoming a use case in and of themselves. So that's good.
Yeah, and this is the things that, you know, some of the people who are heavily into centralized control groups aren't seeing for some reason. You know,
can you say just a little bit more about that?
Oh yeah, sure. The banking, yeah. So what we get people that are supposedly experts,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they have to make comments on like Jamie Dimon and others that think they know things. Jamie Dimon is a hypocrite. He's the biggest hypocrite.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he's always saying, you know, things about how the blockchain and cryptocurrency is nothing, and then his company is running
focus groups
on blockchain. It's like, come on. You know, I just don't know what's going on with this guy. Well, I do know what's going on. He's trying to muddle the issues, but large centralized organizations don't want to lose control.
Yep.
The banks that, you know, let's face it, you go to the bank, they use your money. Well, let me put it in a short form. Banks have no physical product. They don't have any money of their own for the most part. So they take other people's money, which we call OPM in the banking industry,
mm-hmm.
and they use that to make money for themselves.
Right.
Now, when I look at that, that spells parasite.
Yeah.
And control.
Right. That's all it is.
Yeah, and so they're parasitic organizations that are supported by the federal government and other governments. So the blockchain is really threatening to them because it's going to take away their meal ticket.
It is, and it'll be entirely different. And so the problem is it's going to be ugly, right? And we don't know what that's going to look like. And so then you have a doomsdayer. I'm not a doomsdayer, but I'm like, these guys don't want to have the status quo messed with. That's why they've been able to get away with stuff for so long. Yeah. But once it is, right, and once it's more accepted and it's people can see it and it gets that kind of critical mass tipping point type thing, and people are really like, okay, now I see what's going on, boom, then it's all over.
Yeah, they want their piece of the pie is what they want. They don't want to give it up.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's what Diamond's doing, right? They're running focus groups on the side because they're just like, yeah, sure, we'll just get that same power and control in here, in this sphere. The fortunate part about it is that's not going to happen. You're really going to be judged and leveraged based on how you are, who you are, and what you represent.
Yes.
So,
and,
go
ahead, John.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I was just going to say that this decentralization, you know, even with some of its issues that it needs to deal with, is taking power and giving it back to the people.
Yeah, right. And that's as it should be. We haven't had it for a while, so.
Except for repo coin.
You sent me that, and I'm like, dude, there's going to be so many people going around just taking pictures of people's license plates. Like, someone will get mad at someone, right? And they'll just be like, oh, yeah? And they'll just like, take a picture of their license plate and send it to Repo Coin.
And somebody's going to get their teeth knocked out because they don't want their license plate copied.
I know. It's going to be crazy. So
but let's take that one step further. I'll be real quick.
Okay.
In Britain, in England, they have many closed circuit televisions on the street, and they actually, their police departments can read those license plates as they go by.
Okay, gotcha.
And they can tell it, they could catch you because you don't have insurance. Just driving down the street, someone will see it in the control room somewhere. So what happens when they do this with the repo thing?
Oh, exactly. It'll be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Critical Barney, thank you for voting 100%. You guys are awesome. Thank you all who are tuning in. We appreciate it. Let's check out. Do you know the Dash team? Do we just have them up there because they all look handsome, or what? Where's the women?
Again, this is my thing. This is part of any kind of blockchain. Is you gotta check out the team. They have a pretty enormous team. But one thing that struck me about this was that when I looked at it, it reminded me remarkably of a banking structure as far as management goes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
They seem to be structured like a bank. They got marketing people. They got, you know, people working on different portions of there. And this is only a small part of their team.
Okay.
I couldn't get them all on the slide. We'd probably take 3 or 4 slides to do that. And I checked out a couple. I checked out Ryan Taylor. That's why I got him highlighted there, to make sure he was out there and a real person. And,
okay.
He seems to be existing in a lot of different places. So.
He's baby giraffe in the Dash forum, huh?
Yeah.
And then I see at the top you said it's a centralized open source project. That's good. We definitely like that. Dash Core Group Inc. leads the development and maintenance of the project, but there are other organizations whose members are not listed here.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's open source. I like it.
Okay.
It's transparency, not like some other companies that have no transparency.
And then we're looking at a few places to spend Dash.
Yeah, which again, here's another slide. I couldn't get all of them on there, so I just picked a few. If you go to their website, you'll be able to see, the people that are the organizations that are accepting Dash.
Okay. Cool. Well, there you guys go. Well, we're giving them shameless self-promotion now anyway, so they should just come and thank us.
They should give us money.
No. They should give us Dash.
Dash is money.
Dash digital cash.
Yeah, digital cash. I use that term very broadly, money. So.
Right. You've been in the crypto game for so long now that it just rolls off your tongue. Any token can be converted into fiat, but who needs fiat anyway?
I'm surprised that I've come as far as I have with this whole thing.
I'm surprised too. I'm like, you know where you guys need to look? We need to look at Ethereum and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and Steem, and then it's just kind of evolved from there. And now we're doing a weekly show. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So speaking of a weekly show, Charles and I both are affiliates of the Global One Network Broadcasting Company. It is, for every intents and purposes, it is a company where you can come and be yourself and learn broadcasting. But also, if you have broadcasting, marketing, and want to get your message out there, it's what I would consider it a decentralized platform for anyone who wants to be a part of a 21st century network that's dedicated to really highlighting shows that are going on in your local hometown. And so one of the shows that we're doing on this Thursday is we're going to be screening a documentary called All in the Family, and that's an intimate look at a family struggling with the genetic nature of bipolar disorder. Amy McCorkle is a good friend of mine, and she's a writer, screenwriter, director, filmmaker, and so we're going to be talking with her because May is Mental Health Awareness Month in the United States, and I'm very interested in helping to create and bring attention to the advocacy efforts for persons with mental health issues, and I'm also interested in kicking the stigma to the curb and people being able to talk about it and feel free to talk about it, and how we all can be better advocates for individuals that suffer from those types of illnesses and diseases. And this one's really cool. She interviewed several family members, and it kind of really does put an intimate spin on what a family goes through when there is an individual in there that does have mental health issues. So we're going to be doing that, and I talked with Amy, and we're going to be doing that here on DLive instead of Facebook's G1NBC Live, which I'm now calling Facebook the social network not to be named. So whenever you hear me say that from now on, just so everybody knows, it's going to be the social network not to be named. But we're not going there. We're going to come here on DLive, and Amy's cool with that. So for those of you watching, it'll be 7 p.m. Eastern right here at John Spalding on DLive, and you'll see the post on Steam it when it comes through. So thanks for letting me put that in there, Chaz.
All right. Well, I have dealt with this myself and our family, and I am, it's different when you're on the inside.
And Patrick said, did you get a chance to look at the master nodes and how proposals work? Says you could do a proposal to the actual coin would pay for a partnership with you. And
I did not, Patrick. I was pressed for time. I know it's a really lame excuse, but I putting the show together, I sort of had to hurry through it, and I did not, but I will.
Yeah, and that might be a house for the 8-megapixel project. And he put a link in there, so I'll make sure I get that to you, Chaz, so you can show it.
Thanks again, Patrick.
So now let's talk about Dash versus other privacy coins.
Well, they're not the only one out there, and so there are other privacy coins. There's Zcash, Zclassic, I call it Privex, but it's Pivx or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have a name; it's just an acronym. And Spectra Coin. I did not look at any of these. We talked about Monero last time, which I thought was a really cool, cool blockchain project.
They're just looking at the slides right now because your camera froze.
Oh, you don't want to see me.
Just let you know.
I don't know what's going on here. I'm having latency.
The computer is messing with you today, man.
Yeah, here we go. So these are just some of the other coins I thought people would want to look at. And so I put them up there so they wouldn't think that Dash and Monero are the only privacy coins in the world. There are others.
Gotcha. Yeah, and Patrick and Gone Rogue are both watching. So, and he said no worries. He said Dash has a split proof of work versus proof of stake model, and so the proof of stake side is distributed by voting in the community. And Gone Rogue's here. Gone Rogue, I think, is checking us out from his day job, but we won't tell them. And he says that masternodes is something to look into for sure. So yeah, thanks to both of you for being here.
We won't tell Rogue's boss if he sends us some Monero or Dash.
So Gone Rogue does the steaming pile with me on Sunday nights.
Okay,
so you have to actually come on and say hi. You have to jump on the pile one night.
Yeah, we'd love to have Patrick and Gone Rogue back on here with us and having a discussion about things, because let's face it, like you said, John, we're by no means the experts on this thing. We're exploring, and this is a trip for everyone to explore the blockchain. Yep. And I got to tell you this, John. I think I emailed you this. When I went to Traverse City for a weekend, and I did not have a internet connection. Mom's 90. Mom doesn't have an internet connection, right?
Yep.
I went on the cable trying to find something about blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and there was absolutely nothing.
What?
I couldn't find anything.
So they're throttling it. They're throttling the search terms.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Bloomberg thinking Bloomberg would at least give me some quotes. No. I thought by this point people would be more informed about this, but they're not.
No, I was at that conference last week, and I said, you know, I really think that Ethereum would be a good place for us to develop that. And these are like tech people, and they're like, what's that? And I said, well, it's a blockchain company, 19-year-old created out of Canada. You can build on top of it. Da-da-da-da-da. I said, you guys should be looking at Steam It to promote some of your stuff. Like, well, what's Steam It? And I'm like, how are we having a 21st century organizations conversation and you guys aren't even looking around and seeing what's out there, especially in tech and development space? Anywho.
Put your Xbox away.
Ay. So, I know most of the people watching already have crypto. This is for the benefit of people that are watching the recorded version and that don't have any. If you want to give a shout out to Chaz or myself, these are the referral links. They're also in the description on our recorded videos that we put up. So if you guys don't have any tokens or coins and you want to buy some, if you go to Coinbase, start an account, and invest $100, then you get 10 extra dollars worth of Bitcoin for free. And if you click on Chaz's link, he also gets 10 extra dollars for free.
Sounds great.
Of Bitcoin.
Why don't everybody do that?
I would get some too if you clicked on my link, but I'll just be Eeyore here and say, I know you're going to click on Chaz's link.
That's what people accuse me of being Eeyore, because I don't get excited about anything.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. We've had a blast. We're going to close this out with a technical analysis slide. Chaz only put in one this week because he had a lot to do. Usually he goes a little bit more in-depth. but we're gonna give him a pass. I don't know why, but we're gonna. And he's only gonna. Why don't you talk us through this one?
Well, this one actually covers a lot of ground. What we have here is, I took Bitcoin and made a line chart out of it instead of a candlestick chart.
Okay.
And then I started adding on top of it other coins, Etherium, Monero, Dash. And when you do that, the chart gives you a percent change. So you can see the relationship between the coins and how they move.
Okay. Which one is,
blue is Bitcoin, right?
And wait, can you say the E coin one more time for Gone Rogue?
Ethereum? He doesn't like that, huh?
No, he's probably yelling right now. He's like, it's Etherium!
I put the accent in the wrong syllable.
Etherium. I think I might like yours better. All right, anyway, go ahead. So the orange is who?
It's that other ETH. Oh. I'm not saying it now. I've been picked on too much.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
And then the dark orange is I can't even read my XMR, right? And then the lighter colored one is Dash. Yep. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at here is that watching these things operate against each other or for each other is a way that you can see how the market's flowing. And you can see that some of these lines crossed over.
Right. And what does that mean when that happens?
Yeah, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this, but there is a thing called ratio trading, and I did send you an email on that too. I create a system that will do that actually. And it's not based on dollar amount, but it's based on number of shares. And you just keep increasing the amount or number of shares or number of coin that you have, and that's your objective. And actually, as you, what they call ladder it up, as it goes up, you start to increase the value of your money, your crypto, because you just keep getting more and more and more shares.
Gotcha.
It's based on fluctuation. So one day we'll talk about that in a little more detail.
Yeah, I would like that. I think if we can do a special, if we could do a special episode.
Somebody said something that's really funny, I know.
He said it's almost as bad as calling Bitcoin Coinbit. Anyway, no, but I think...
I definitely want to get him on this show.
He said, and then he said, which my coworkers do. Seriously. So he feels your pain. I think he knows we're all in the same game. So, but I would definitely be open to an offshoot morning coins, and maybe we do it afternoon coins, where we do more of the technical analysis piece and like actually talk about some terms. And maybe it's not a live broadcast per se, but more like we all come in Zoom and chat. Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That way I can get my jabs in too.
Exactly, that's right. Well, I mean, you're bringing the years of experience and the understanding of the banking industry and what we're up against.
Yes.
So I think bringing that in with some crypto enthusiasts, I think that's a powerful value proposition in and of itself. So
yes.
I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all the hard work that you do to put this show together. I really feel like I just kind of show up.
Well, John, you provide a part of this operation that we can get it online, because I right now I don't think I'd be able to. Oh, look, my producer's here.
Oh, look at that! You're the laziest producer in the planet.
He said something, but I can't repeat it.
All right, guys. So we appreciate you all watching. This is Morning Coins with John and Chaz, the Dash version, and I got a call coming in anyway. So we are out of here. We will see you next Monday, and more to come with Morning Coins. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Gone Rogue. Thanks, everybody else who joined and everybody who upvoted. You guys are the bomb. Critical Barney. Thank you. So we appreciate it, and I'll be sending you, Chaz, I'll be sending you some Steam bucks based on when this post closes and how we go, okay?
Excellent. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate that.
All right, man. I'll talk to you guys soon. This is Morning Coins. We are out.
Bye.